Bloomreach CEO, Raj De Datta.
Good morning. Good morning. It is wonderful to be back in Amsterdam. I feel like it's a second home. It's really exciting to be celebrating this 5th anniversary of Bloomreach Connect here in Amsterdam at this beautiful arena. I hope you have a chance to walk around and take it in. It's really a celebration today. Today is November 15th, 2018, and we're really proud to host this event, really for all of you. We call it Bloomreach Connect because it's about connecting, and that's what today's going to be about. It's going to be about connecting with each other, and ultimately, it's going to be a celebration. It's a celebration of what we call the experience era. We're joined here to celebrate this new era. It's a new era. It's a new era in which we live, in which we work, in which we compete. It's going to be what the world is about today, tomorrow, and long into the future. I often say that experience is the roadmap of humanity. It is what we are going to be about when we pick up our cup of coffee, when we arrive at the arena, when we interact with each other. It's our present, and it's our future. And indeed, experience is the thing. It could be experiencing the trip, perhaps experiencing the stay, or even experiencing the match. This itself is an experience. It's a collective experience. It's an individual experience. And every one of our unique experiences contributes to the experience of the people around us. Your experiences today will affect all of those who come after you and all of those who you interact with throughout the day, in ways visible and invisible. Well, the experience era, as we talk about it, it's really not like what came before. Let's talk about theme parks for a minute. We have one of the largest theme park customers in the world in the United States, a company called Cedar Fair. And let's think about what visiting a theme park might have been like several years ago. Perhaps you organized the trip months in advance. You took your kids. It took you about 2 hours to perhaps arrive there. You scrambled your way into the line. You stood in that line, waiting. Perhaps there were just 2 tellers that were open. As you waited in the line and waited the 2 hours to actually get in and make it past the turnstiles, then you rushed to the one ride that was in demand. That had another line, another 2 hours. You finally got on that ride. It took exactly 1 minute, by the way, to go along the ride. At the end of that ride, it was already lunchtime, and then the lunch line was really long. Your kids were starting to get cranky. You've basically been through one ride and a line to get in. You finally get that lunch. May not be the healthiest choice, but you made it through the lunch, and by then it's pretty much nap time and you're headed out for the line to get out. Well, Cedar Fair decided to reinvent all of that, and they started first by using the web to first market the experience. Let's call that the marketing era. That is when we took basically our marketing materials and put them online. Think of it as our websites were brochureware. Well, the experience era is really different. It's a time where, well in advance, perhaps we subscribe to the park. We know exactly which rides are in demand. We buy our ticket online. We walk right through a scanner. We hopefully have signed up for the fast passes to get into the favorite rides of our kids well in advance. The rides, by the way, are far more virtual. We go through that experience. The lunch is delivered to us as we walk out. We subscribe again. We remember the experience through the video that's been taken, a fundamentally different experience. We call that the experiential web. And indeed, it's a representation of the experience era. The experience era is very different from the marketing era because it's about putting one's whole business online. It is no longer just marketing the experience, it's putting the whole business online. Maybe putting the whole banking experience online. Or maybe even having an augmented reality experience with our favorite player. Very different experiences. But we also came here as Bloomreachers, and we welcome you. So here's the first thing that I'd like you to know about Bloomreach. We are the DXP company. DXP, it stands for Digital Experience Platform. That's the thing, that's the way to win in the experience era. And indeed, Bloomreach is the DXP company, and we became the DXP company for good reasons. The world needs a really, really smart digital experience platform. It's just become too noisy and too complicated a world around us. We need something to make sense of it. We need a really smart DXP, but we also need a wide open DXP, the kind of DXP that can connect to anything, that can connect to the heterogeneity of the environment you have and the heterogeneity of the environment that you will have in the coming years. The world needs a lightweight DXP, feather touch, the kind of DXP that permits you to get up and running without the kind of heavy-handed projects that you may be used to. And the experience era needs a DXP that feeds all the modern technologies, that feeds Angular, that feeds Alexa, that feeds IoT, serving and learning, learning and serving, serving and learning. But most importantly, the world needs a high-velocity DXP. Said another way, the world needs DXP speed. We don't have time for these multi-year journeys for us to go transform. We need something fast, we need something now. Gone should be the days of multi-million-dollar projects and multi-year projects and monolithic software and then going off, actually having a plan, getting it up and running, and then having yourself be disrupted, perhaps by a digital upstart in the time period you took to go figure that out. Now, the world needs a DXP that allows you to launch your first project in weeks and then scale really quickly from there, optimize really quickly from there, learn with every interaction that happens from there, everything bite-sized, everything super quick, a hyperspeed DXP. This is why we introduced this DXP about a year ago, and I'm really excited at this conference for us to share how far we've come. I can't wait to tell you more about this DXP and how it's paced the experience era vision that we see the world headed to. Before going on about our technology and the DXP and what we plan to offer, I want to start by recognizing who it benefits most, who it's for. To do that, first, who did we build this DXP for? Chief Digital Officers. Chief Digital Officers is kind of an interesting title. Well, the title isn't what matters, it's what the job really is. We often call the Chief Digital Officer a digital business builder. You might be called different things within your organizations. Sometimes you might be an SVP of e-commerce, building a P&L for your organization. Sometimes you might be a CIO or a CTO leading a digital transformation within your organization. But make no mistake, if your job is to be responsible for the digital business of your company, or to turn your existing business into a digital business, you're a chief digital officer. You are a digital business builder. And there may be no more important job in the experience era than that of a digital business builder or a chief digital officer. What's true about you in this role is you're at the vanguard. You understand what the digital age is about. You have your vision. The job is about moving the organization forward and demonstrating to the rest of the organization the potential for transformation, all the while your CFO calling you and saying, where's the results now? That's why you need speed. Now let's go beyond the sort of leaders. This DXP wasn't just built for the big bosses. It was built for the frontline troops. So let's talk about some of the frontline troops that we love. Digital merchandisers. Instant merchandising is the stuff of magic. We're all in some ways merchandising about something. I'm talking about highly curated on the one hand and AI optimized on the other hand experiences. Experiences that are represented typically in our environment as merchandisers by products. I often laugh when people say, hey, we're going to personalize our site. We're a commerce provider. We're going to personalize our site. I say, well, what are you personalizing? They say, well, I'm going to personalize the banner on the homepage. Question number one, how many people are visiting your homepage? Question number two, did people come to your site to check out the banner on your homepage? No, people came to your site to check out your products. So how about personalizing and merchandising those products with this kind of magic? And let's go from a world of mundane tasks. Too many of us as merchandisers spend way too much time on operational tasks, loading SKUs, attributing those SKUs, marking them up. Let's move to a world where we're listening to the votes and the voices of our customers. And having listened to those voices, we're responding in real time by prioritizing exactly the kind of experiences that are going to drive top line for our business. Highly impactful, personalized, category-leading experiences. Content marketers. We're in an age now of automatic relevance. Too much noise, too much content, too much noise all around us. So this is about relevant content. And it's about relevant content that understands your user, understands your content, and then applies the power of machine learning and optimization to deliver it to the right customer at the right time. Perhaps through the flow of creating the content and ultimately through the point of real-time delivery of that content. In a perfect world, we're delivering great content as a content marketer and great products as a merchandiser while we're sleeping at night. How about that? We're getting a promotion while we're sleeping at night. That is the power of this kind of a platform. And finally, developers, our favorite original people. This DXP is a development platform built for developers by developers. And if we think about what we've wanted to do as developers, I have to admit I was once a developer, but I was a really terrible developer, just to put it on the table. But the only thing that I cared about was shipping stuff, getting stuff out, getting stuff done, making it happen, making it easy, playing with the technology, but ultimately having an impact with that technology, making it possible for me to connect to anything. Connect to my marketing automation system, connect to my commerce platform, connect to my order management system, connect to my payment gateways. Make it easy for me. Don't give me the beautiful PowerPoint and then when I look at the APIs, it's impossible to do anything with. Well, for us, developers are a core constituency of the digital experience platform. And by the way, note that we don't call it Digital Experience Suite. We call it Digital Experience Platform because it's a platform for developers to extend and build on. Today, I'm really excited to announce BR Cloud version 2. Many of you will be familiar with our cloud offering, which is a managed services offering that we enable taking the hard work of infrastructure off of your table, where you work with us to push the boundaries of the experience you'd like to take to your customers. But today we announce version 2 of BR Cloud. And it is a full-blown platform as a service offering that is now generally available. We encourage you to try it. It is an extraordinary step in this journey where cloud has been taking all of us as an industry, but thinking hard about, on the one hand, the benefits of cloud, infrastructure off of your plate, the ability to move really fast, the ability to handle versions in a way that is much more rapid, with the other side of it, which is that a digital experience platform is indeed a platform. Often you want it to be within your own environment. Often you've got private data. Often you want to try to be in control of the code deployments that actually happen. And so this offering, which is delivered as platform as a service, can run on some of the best infrastructure out there, like AWS, and it can retain your control of that infrastructure while making sure that you don't have to do the heavy lifting of managing all the bits and bytes of the infrastructure, which is clearly not why you're in business in the first place. The BR Cloud offering is something that we're really excited about. Also excited about it if you're a partner. If you're a partner, you now get to be in control of the experience fully of your customer while retaining the benefits of cloud. Also very excited about our early client on the BR Cloud Infrastructure version 2, Sanquin, which is the Dutch blood bank, running on BR Cloud v2. They've created not only terrific digital experiences for their donors and their recipients, but they run that experience on BR Cloud. BR Cloud is ready for prime time. Today is also about announcing BRXM, the Bloomreach Experience Manager version 13. This will ship in the middle of December. Really excited about what it's going to bring to all of you. It is, in many ways, one of the most fundamental architectural transformations that we have brought forward in the experience management platform, really in 10 plus years. It includes a ton of things under the covers. It's a foundational release. And normally foundational releases are not the kinds of things that we talk about on stage like this, because they're not all about pretty demos. But we all know, in a city like this, how important foundations are, how important it is that our foundation is strong and evolving with the world around us. We've separated out some of the concerns that have maybe caused you headaches over the years, things like faster deployment mechanisms and moving the famous HST into the core. More details on all of the technical underpinnings of the architectural improvements in V13 later on today. I'd encourage you to join the CMS platform, Architectural Plans for Bloomreach Experience Manager, really a short name, at 2:30 this afternoon. The second big element of V13 is about enterprise collaboration. And enterprise collaboration is a really big deal. What we're seeing among so many of our customers is that the number of stakeholders that are involved in the experience continues to grow. It used to be a small single pizza team off to the side, no more. Experience proliferates. It proliferates across role. We talked about developers and merchandisers and marketers, designers, all having a stake in the experience. And the number of individuals on those teams continue to grow as well. You've got teams across, development teams across the world at many of our customers that are building the experience. We've got marketing teams across the world catering to different geographies as they build the experience. And so we announced as part of V13 several critical aspects that drive enterprise collaboration, including, for example, multi-team support on the development side to enable dispersed development teams to collaborate together to build an experience. And a lot of our projects functionality that is really about multi-team projects working together in the form of workflows to ultimately build great experiences. Once again, encourage you to learn more about these advancements. And finally, we bring you UX extensibility. As a company, Bloomreach has always stood for openness. When we talk about openness, the first thing that comes to mind is openness from an API perspective, and that's certainly something that we're passionate about. But how about openness from a UX perspective? How about the ability to democratize innovations that happen so that our users, our content marketers, our authors, and others can benefit from capabilities across a whole ecosystem? And so with our open UI technology, it's possible to have the kind of analytical accompaniments. For example, perhaps I'm authoring a page and I might want some SEO recommendations off to the side as an example. Those kinds of enhancements can be slotted into the UX in a way that democratizes decision making. Our view is one shouldn't live in a world of digging through analytics off to the side, remembering what to do, then going through and ultimately changing things on a site. It should be integrated into the experience, and UX extensibility is going to permit that. It's also the kind of technology that enables the evolution of single-page apps. With the emergence of Angular and React and all of the front-end technologies, we believe we are the single best system in the world to drive the kind of app-like experience on the front end while retaining the kind of control that you need to try to personalize and drive the experiences from a tooling perspective. But let's get back out of the weeds. This is about how you thrive in the experience era. And it really doesn't matter if you're a retailer, a government entity, a B2B company, a financial institution, a theme park operator, a public service, even a railway. Whoever you are in this experience era, this digital experience platform is your best friend. And as its best friend, we are all in some ways merchandising something. We might be merchandising a credit card or a rail ticket. We might be merchandising an offer. But we are all merchandising something. In fact, all of us as individuals, in many ways, we're merchandising ourselves. And so we like the merchandising aspect of what we're doing so much that the Bloomreach Experience platform is about turning your merchandising teams into super merchandisers. I can say that with a straight face, by the way. Please join us at 2 p.m. for the Merchandiser Success Stories at 2 p.m. this afternoon. It's going to be a lot of fun. In fact, we like merchandisers so much that we have the Super Merchandiser t-shirt for you. Feel free to pick it up outside at the registration desk. Well, because experience is the thing, and that's what we stand for, that is what we have named our DXP. It is called BR Experience, or BRX for short. When you hear BR Experience from us, it's going to encompass the whole platform. It's going to encompass our search capability, our merchandising capability, our CMS capability. Indeed, what is BRX? BRX starts at its foundational level with our Super CMS. We are going to be in the CMS business for a long time. We believe that the CMS is the foundation of a digital experience platform. On top of that, it adds much beyond content. Content management system. Well, it's no longer about content, it's about experiences. So that might mean AI-powered search, that might mean A/B testing, that might mean analytics, that might mean products, all of the touch points that we have that go beyond content. And then all of the channels. It isn't just about web. BRX is about powering your omni-channel experience. We've got terrific customers with clienteling apps and kiosks at insurance locations. And of course, we get to IoT and voice and all of the other touch points. This BRX platform, as we talked about, is about realizing your omni-channel vision bit by bit, but really fast. And indeed, BRX conquers time, because time waits for no one. And so you are in the race against time to compete in this experience era, and ultimately to demonstrate the kind of experience that is compelling for your customers, your users, and your employees. So how exactly do you conquer time? I hope you've taken away from this that we're all about speed. You conquer time by being fast and first. And first at the innovative experience that causes people to sign up with you. And so the Bloomreach Experience platform is really built for speed, and it's built for speed in 3 core ways. The first is, it's going to be the fastest platform for you to get up and running. That is our commitment to you. That we continue to invest in the kind of thing that allow the first project to happen really fast. But it's also about speed for your teams. Once you're up and running, it is about making sure that your individual teams can move in a high velocity way to iterate and optimize on that experience. And finally, who cares if we built a great business experience that then doesn't deliver us the kind of KPIs and business results that we expect? And so this is not just about speed to get up and running or speed to iterate, it is about speed to business results. And our core AI and machine learning foundation is core to realizing that kind of a vision. In fact, our DXP is so fast that it has also printed itself on another set of t-shirts that you can pick up outside. The velocity that is at the core of the Bloomreach Experience platform comes from its fundamental design. It was built into the architecture. You can even call it a morphitecture because it morphs to the project that you have in place. It has several major components, whether we talk about authoring or decisioning or personalization or delivery or APIs. Each of these can be mixed and matched in a way that accommodates your specific environment and your specific project. I can even promise that it might turn into a jet plane or a stadium. No, indeed, the level of iteration that the architecture permits is such that it accommodates the heterogeneity in the experience era. Please attend our BR roadmap session later this afternoon. You'll hear more about the specific advancements in the architecture and in the capabilities of BRX. Before wrapping up, I want to tell you about our first vertical solution. I hope the first of many. I see us going to market in a way where we don't just provide the platform, but where we work with our partners to deliver industry-specific solutions that are solutions to your experience era challenges. And the first one that I'm excited to talk about is BRX for Commerce. And why did we build BRX for Commerce? Well, no retailer should fear getting Amazoned anymore, even with their second headquarters, or drones. No brand should get Amazoned anymore. No distributor, no B2B supplier should be waiting for their $10 billion business to come disrupt them on the B2B side. And we heard you. What we heard is the ability to deliver a great commerce experience doesn't often just happen. We can't just purely rely on a commerce platform for experience. We need an experience platform to power experience. And in this Amazon age, the source of competitive differentiation for your business lies in the experience. Let me say that again. The source of competitive advantage for your organization lies in the experience. So why would it make any sense in the world not to accompany a great commerce platform and a great marketing platform with a great experience platform? That experience platform should be the kind of platform that doesn't take years and years to stand up or super large projects. It should tie into your order management system. It should tie into your marketing automation system. And indeed, it should tie into your commerce platforms. And so we've partnered with some of the best commerce platforms on the planet to deliver you BRX for Commerce, the combined energy of a tremendous experience platform with commerce accompanying it to deliver a great commerce experience. We've also partnered with some tremendous integrators who have bet on BRX for Commerce. We think it is going to be the core platform upon which next-generation commerce experiences are built. And indeed, BRX for Commerce has the trifecta. It is the only solution in the market that has a leading-edge experience platform, amazing built-in AI-powered search and merchandising, and plugins into the kind of as-a-service commerce platforms that we talked about earlier. Well, indeed, this confluence of AI-powered microservices, DXP software represents a huge opportunity, certainly for your organizations, but we think for you personally as well. Because the speed at which the platform delivers experiences is the speed at which we think you're going to shine in your organizations. And it's not just for you, it's not just for your organizations, but ultimately we're doing this for 7 billion humans, all of whom are living in a digital world and interested in the kind of experience that we collectively can deliver to them. In fact, we really think of the experience era as a bit of a mating. It's a mating of the experience economy, the economic conditions being driven by it, and the software era, and the two things coming together in the form of the experience era.